AI bots have completely taken over the internet. I buy and sell private jets for a living. You guys love my P. Diddy video. We're gonna keep going. I'm doing a deep dive. We now have AI bot accounts that are copying rage bait accounts that buy and sell private jets supposedly, or detail private jets. What are we doing? That are giving completely false information. I audit flight departments. I actually buy and sell private jets for a living. Let's dive in. I'm gonna start it now. This got sent to me, this video, by Boja Jets.
My investors might just bust. This is an incredible.
Oh my gosh. My investors might just bust. This is an incredible deal. Brother, that's how you're starting your pitch? You're gonna walk into a family office with your private equity team to your investors. This is how you're gonna open? That's how you're gonna start your pitch? I don't think so. I'm already skeptical.
We'll deal. This is a Beechcraft King Air, one of the most versatile and in-demand turboprops on the market. Delta's own charter company, Wheels Up, actually runs a fleet of these. Listing price is $1.7 million, and we're buying it cash, so let's run the numbers.
I mean, they made the King Air 350i's in 2008, 2010. I just know off the top of my head, a good King Air 350 is like $3.5 million. So at least double what he's talking about.
Cost of charter is $2,500 an hour, which includes fuel, but not maintenance.
The cost of charter is $2,500 an hour, which includes fuel, but not maintenance. That's like saying we're gonna sell you a car with an engine, but no tires. What does that even mean? If you wanna be profitable as a company, you take your entire costs and then you add margin on top of that. 3% volume and 50% niche, but like, what is he even talking about?
Let's assume it gets booked 65% of the year.
Let's assume it gets booked 65% of the year. What does that even mean? You're not speaking charter operator language here.
With an average flight time of 2 hours, that'll bring us a straight $1.2 million at the end of the year.
Okay, 1.2 million at the end of the year. So at least here we can start doing some math. Let's go to the calculator. All right, so we've got 1.2 million in charter, and we can divide that. We can literally work backwards. That's 480 hours a year. He said the charter rate was 2,500, and let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. They're running 480 hours a year. Okay, so over here we have $1.2 million in charter revenue. The variable cost of the charter is $865,000. The net charter profit contribution is $334,000. So let's start there. Let's see what else he's got, okay?
Now let's talk operating costs. Crew salary for the single pilot is gonna be $75,000.
That's insane. Crew salary for a single pilot on a King Air 350, if you run it charter, it has to be you have to run it with 2 pilots. $75,000 a year. So first of all, he just lost all credibility right there. You're gonna need, if you're gonna run it 480 hours a year, you probably have 4 pilots. Like you'd really, really be stretching 2 pilots there. So you probably have 4. Aviacost has a crew expense of $400. It's just gonna be more than that. Like you're not gonna get pilots to stick around. So if you're gonna run this charter, it's going to be probably let's just simply put it as 500, okay? We'll save the changes.
Insurance is $12,000.
Insurance is $12,000 a year. $12,000 a year? What are we talking about? You're putting lives at stake. 500 hours a year, it's gonna be at least triple that, if not quadruple. And if there's an insurance broker watching this video, please tell me what a King Air 350 costs insurance-wise on a Part 135, okay? Please, I'm just gonna put 38,000 because that's a national average from Aviacost, so we're gonna let it keep rolling, but that's obviously wrong.
Detailing $350,000.
Okay, I know where he's getting this information. Detailing is $350,000 a year. This is a bot. I know who this is coming from. This is coming from you detailers. I know it's the rage bait king of private aviation. What they did, what Boja Jets just did, I knew I'd heard this before. Boja Jets is taking you detailers' video, they're putting it in a different voice, another AI voice, and then they're posting it on their own page. So Boja Jets is a bot, undoubtedly. Let's go to the comments. Don't know why you need that much for detailing. Pay your pilot $100K and they can clean the leading edges in the cabin, yes. You could hire a detailer, a full-time guy who would pay the aircraft when it's in your home base for 100 grand. Like not even that. What are you talking about? $350,000 for detailing? We're gonna come back to this.
I was at catering, $120,000.
Catering's $120,000 on a King Air? Are you joking me? Just get Chick-fil-A.
FBO fees, $60,000. Hangar fees are going to be $45,000 and
That's the first thing that he said that was true. Hangar is $45,000. I've got about $34,000 for a hangar.
It's going to be $90,000. That brings the total operating cost to $752,000.
Okay, total operating cost is $750. What's weird is the variable cost of charter. So the variable cost, he's actually not that far off. He's only about 100 grand off. I mean, his crew expense is way off, but
dollars with a net profit of $433,000.
Okay, so the net profit's 433. I'm showing 334. So his math is wildly off, but somehow he got it within the ballpark. Okay.
$1,000, and we fully own the asset. King Airs are actually one of the most commonly used aircraft for medical transport, and we already have a contract in hand with the local hospital for $18,000 a month to keep this aircraft on.
Okay, that's true. Sometimes a local hospital will, you'll do medical transports of organs or medical transports of medevac. So that's completely possible.
On standby. That gives us an additional $216,000 a year in guaranteed income without even taking a charter flight.
Okay, that's true.
I think we're actually going to buy two. What do you think?
We're actually going to buy two. Yeah, you're going to buy two. $1.7 million fairy tale King Airs cash. This is unbelievable. All right, here we go. Let's dive in. You guys ready to nerd out with me? Let's actually do this. King Air 350, fuel burns 130, fuel cost per gallon 6.25. If you're doing that much charter, you can probably negotiate down to $5 a gallon unless you operate out of Teterboro or something. Let's assume all the national averages are true. Net profit contribution here is 334. So with your total fixed costs, because crew is, if you're running 4 pilots, you're probably going to be closer to 500,000. I mean, for each one of our our crew expense per aircraft is more like 800,000 a year. So King Airs, let's just give you the benefit of the doubt and say it's going to be $500,000 a year. Again, open dialogue here. Hit me up in the comments. If you have actual numbers, let's bring transparency to the industry. I cannot believe that these people are making money selling charters. So you've got the variable cost of charter is $865,000 a year. And then you've got the total fixed cost of the charter, which is $657,000 a year. So at the end of day, you are in the hole $322,000 roughly. You're not making money. You didn't talk about the tax write-off. First of all, your acquisition cost is totally off at $1.7 million. What are we doing? Your detailing is astronomical. I guarantee you this is a U Detailers video. Let's do it.
My investors might just bust. This is an incredible deal. This is a Beechcraft King Air, one of the most
I'm telling you,
turboprops on the market. Delta's own.
I cannot believe this. Boja Jets is a bot, and they literally used U Detailers. I freaking knew it. Let's go to Boja Jets. So U Detailers right now, he has almost 300,000 followers. Boja Jets has 25,000 followers, and it's just a bot. So the actual costs, if you did happen to buy a King Air, okay, 350 for $1.7 million, you're probably overhauling the engines in the next 200 hours. We probably want something that's on programs. If you're going to run it on charter and you don't want to run it past TBO, there are a lot of operators that run their King Airs on engines past TBO. If you're running a Part 91, that's what happens. Part 135, you're not. You cannot. You have 2 pilots that are running that aircraft. And if you're running it 500 hours a year, you probably have 2 sets of pilots. I mean, guys go on vacation all the time. That's almost a full-time bird. They have tens of thousands of followers because they repost stuff that's completely inaccurate, and that gets views. I think there's going to be a serious resurgence of authenticity, but people are still addicted to their phones, and I just don't trust myself against a $1 trillion industry. But I do think that algorithms are going to start to reward authenticity. But what people are doing now, I think there's going to be a move off of this automate your company with AI bots to get views and get people into funnels and not give them attention to detail service. There's going to be a wave of authenticity that hits social media. I want to be part of that. So I'm going to try to run serious, legit pro formas like I do. And this is very surface level. Again, if you're watching this video, I'm taking national average data and I'm taking the assumptions that are in the video, and I'm just trying to have an open dialogue and expose people for posting legitimately fake stuff. If you're willing to post this stuff, are you going to charge someone 60-70% too much money on a charter? What are you doing? If you compromise on one side of your business, you're probably going to compromise on another side of your business. So if you want a legit charter, message me. Get in my email, I guess. I could probably spend my entire life debating internet trolls, but if people are actually spending hard-earned money on this, like we need a little bit of transparency or something. Sloan, what should we do here? How should I end the video? Like, subscribe, comment, of course. Go to claraaviation.com. You can see some of our offerings. Full-scale brokerage firm. Obviously, we have a fractional product that's super unique. We take CRJ 200s, commercial airliners, and we convert them into private jets. I can sell those whole. We can do leaseback scenarios. It's a great tax play. We can also sell those fractional. That's been very successful this year. Or if you want to book a charter, obviously, go to the website, take a look, hit us up. We respond quickly. If you see something online, you want me to debunk it, or you have a question about private aviation, hit me up, send it to me, post in the comments, whatever. Let's get active. Yada.